Hello Steelers Nation. Your Pittsburgh Steelers have been making waves, and the energy around this team is electric as we head into the thick of the 2024 NFL season. At the top of the AFC North and showing signs of being a serious Super Bowl contender, the Steelers have made strategic moves that could be game changers. Omar Khan, our savvy general manager, has once again proven his sharp eye for value with two major trades that have fans talking and opponents worried. Before we dive into the details, don't forget to give this video a like and hit that subscribe button so you never miss any Steelers updates. Alright, now let's break down these exciting acquisitions. First up, the Steelers have solidified their already fierce defense by trading for pass rusher Preston Smith from the Green Bay Packers. You heard that right, Preston Smith is coming to the Steel City. For those of you asking, what did it take to land such a talent? The answer is almost unbelievable, a mere 7th-round pick. Yes, you heard that correctly. Omar Khan worked his magic and pulled off what feels like highway robbery. Smith, a 31-year-old NFL veteran with a decade of experience, has racked up an impressive 68.5 career sacks and has long been considered one of the most underrated pass rushers in the league. Adding him to a defense that already boasts the likes of T.J. Watt, Cam Hayward, and Minkah Fitzpatrick turns an already intimidating unit into a downright nightmare for opposing offenses. Steelers fans, if you thought this defense was elite before, just wait until you see what Smith adds to the mix. Smith's presence is expected to enhance our pass rush and create even more disruption in the backfield. Imagine the chaos when he lines up alongside T.J. Watt. Quarterbacks around the league should be having sleepless nights just thinking about it. Let's take a moment to appreciate what this means strategically. While many AFC teams have been focusing on boosting their offense by adding wide receivers, the Steelers have doubled down on what they do best, defense. And it's a smart move. Games in December and January are won by teams that can control the line of scrimmage and disrupt the opposition's rhythm, and the addition of Smith makes Pittsburgh even more capable of doing just that. It's clear that the Steelers are all in on making this season one for the history books. With Smith's experience and skill set, Pittsburgh's pass rushing rotation will stay fresh and lethal, even as the season grinds on. It's no secret that Super Bowl caliber teams need depth, and Smith provides that in spades. But wait, there's more. Just an hour before the acquisition of Smith, the Steelers traded a 5th-round pick to the New York Jets for wide receiver Mike Williams. This move comes after months of speculation that Pittsburgh was in the market for a receiver to complement their current arsenal. The addition of Williams is exactly what this offense needed. Williams is a proven deep threat with two 1,000-yard seasons under his belt from his time with the Los Angeles Chargers. Although he's had a slower start to 2024 with only 166 receiving yards, it's important to consider the context. The Jets' crowded receiver room and the arrival of Davante Adams pushed him down the pecking order. But rest assured, this is a player who knows how to make plays when given the opportunity. With Russell Wilson now under center for Pittsburgh and showing marked improvement in leading the offense, the timing couldn't be better. An interesting twist came when Aaron Rodgers, Williams' former quarterback in New York, chimed in on the Pat McAfee show. Rodgers praised Williams' resilience and work ethic, especially his efforts to return to peak form following an injury last season. He highlighted that Williams was gaining momentum every week, adding that the veteran receiver would be a great presence in Pittsburgh's locker room. If Rodgers, a future Hall of Famer, speaks highly of a player, you know he's worth paying attention to. Some of you might be wondering how Williams fits into the current offensive lineup. With George Pickens establishing himself as the Steelers' primary target, Williams' arrival means defensive coordinators now have another weapon to worry about. He brings size, contested catchability, and that deep ball threat that can stretch the field and open up opportunities for the rest of the receiving core. Receivers like Van Jefferson and Calvin Austin III have seen their roles expand, and they've stepped up admirably with touchdowns in recent games. But adding Williams takes the pressure off Pickens and gives Wilson another reliable option. Don't be surprised if you see Williams in action as soon as this Sunday when the Steelers face off against the Washington Commanders. While it's still early to say exactly how he'll be integrated, it's safe to bet that offensive coordinator Matt Canada will have some creative ideas to make the most of Williams' unique skill set. Let's face it, Steelers Nation, this is the most balanced Pittsburgh team we've seen in years. At 6-2, with a rejuvenated offense, a stifling defense, and even special teams playing well, the Steelers are looking like true contenders. Yes, the remainder of the schedule is tough, featuring matchups against some of the league's strongest teams. But if there's one thing Mike Tomlin has shown over the years, it's that his teams don't make excuses, they make plays. With these two blockbuster trades, the Steelers have shown that they're not just content with competing, they're aiming to dominate. The blend of veteran leadership and fresh talent sets the stage for an exciting second half of the season. Preston Smith adds depth and experience to the pass rush, while Mike Williams injects new life into the passing game. If the Steelers can stay healthy and integrate these new pieces smoothly, there's no reason why a deep playoff run, or even a Super Bowl appearance, is out of reach. After months of speculation and anticipation, the Steelers have officially acquired wide receiver Mike Williams from the New York Jets. In exchange, Pittsburgh sent a fifth-round pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. While some might be thinking, is Williams the answer we were waiting for? The truth is, this move brings both promise and questions. Let's unpack it. Williams has had a career marked by ups and downs. Originally a first-round pick, he came into the league with sky-high expectations and showcased his potential as a serious deep threat during his time with the Los Angeles Chargers, notching 2 1,000-yard seasons. However, his biggest challenge has been staying healthy. Injuries have limited his ability to consistently be the playmaker he was drafted to be. His recent stint with the Jets was underwhelming, with Williams struggling to carve out a significant role amid stiff competition in a crowded receiver room. Why did Omar Khan zero in on Mike Williams despite his recent struggles? The answer lies in potential and opportunity. The Steelers are currently 6-2, and with Russell Wilson rejuvenating the offense, adding a veteran like Williams could open up new dimensions. George Pickens has emerged as the top target, but Pittsburgh needed someone who could stretch the field and provide Wilson with another reliable option. Enter Williams, who brings size, experience, and the ability to make contested catches, something that can alleviate some of the pressure on Pickens and diversify the Steelers' offensive attack. Khan's decision to trade for Williams rather than overpay for other targets shows his commitment to balancing risk and reward. According to NFL insider Jeremy Fowler, the Steelers did consider New York Giants wide receiver Darius Slayton. Slayton has had a solid 2024 season, with 32 receptions for 469 yards and a touchdown, and was definitely on Khan's radar. However, the Giants' asking price was too steep, and Khan decided to pivot to Williams instead. When healthy, Williams is a game-changer. Standing at 6 feet 4 inches, he's a big-bodied receiver capable of winning jump balls and making clutch catches downfield. He has shown flashes of brilliance throughout his career, and his best plays often come in high-pressure situations. This is the kind of presence the Steelers need, especially in an offense that's just starting to hit its stride under Wilson. While some fans may have hoped for a bigger splash or a receiver with a more consistent recent track record, Williams has the potential to be the X-factor that Pittsburgh's offense has been missing. He can complement the speed and quickness of players like Van Jefferson and Calvin Austin III, who have both stepped up in recent weeks with crucial touchdowns. Adding Williams to this mix gives offensive coordinator Matt Canada more tools to craft creative play designs and exploit defensive mismatches. No trade comes without risks, and this one is no exception. By giving up a fifth-round pick, the Steelers have made a mid-season investment that may or may not pan out. Williams' injury history is well documented, and while he's shown resilience, the Steelers are taking a gamble on his ability to stay on the field and contribute meaningfully. Moreover, Williams' current contract only keeps him in Pittsburgh for the remainder of the 2024 season, which means this could be a short-term rental unless the front office decides to extend his stay. Some might argue that trading a fifth-round pick for a player with question marks surrounding his health and recent performance is risky. However, with the trade deadline closing in and the Steelers missing out on other potential targets, Khan made a calculated decision. He knew that bringing in someone with Williams' ceiling was better than standing pat and hoping for improvement from within. The Steelers' offense has been steadily improving, especially since Russell Wilson has settled in as the leader of the huddle. With Williams now in the fold, the passing game could become even more dynamic. Fans can expect him to make his debut soon, possibly as early as Sunday against the Washington Commanders. It remains to be seen how Canada will integrate him into the existing schemes, but Williams' arrival opens up more possibilities for the deep passing game and red zone strategies. Imagine a lineup where Pickens draws the primary coverage, Jefferson stretches the field horizontally, Austin plays the speedster role, and Williams lurks as a deep threat ready for a contested catch. This multifaceted approach could make it much harder for opposing defenses to focus on one particular receiver, allowing Wilson to spread the ball more effectively and keep the chains moving. Khan's approach to this trade deadline has been methodical. By avoiding overpaying for Darius Slayton and other wideouts, he demonstrated that he's not willing to sacrifice long-term flexibility for short-term gains. Williams' contract situation also fits into this careful balancing act. If the move pays off and Williams proves to be the impactful playmaker the Steelers need, extending him into 2025 could become a realistic and valuable option. If not, Khan can pivot during the off-season without being burdened by a major financial commitment. This careful, calculated approach is what sets successful franchises apart. While some may criticize the decision or label it as an overpay for a rental, the reality is that Pittsburgh needed to make a move to stay competitive. The fifth-round pick was a reasonable price to pay in the grand scheme of keeping the team's momentum alive and pushing for playoff positioning. So, what do you think, Steelers fans? Are these moves enough to make us the top team in the AFC? Will Preston Smith and Mike Williams be the game-changers that push this team over the edge? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more updates, and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment of this exciting season. As always, stay loud and proud, Steelers Nation. We'll see you next time with more exclusive updates and insider news. Here's to making 2024 a season to remember.